everybody, CreamCrazy here. Welcome to my Tables, Ladders and Chairs predictions video for the 2012 edition. Now, of course, it's been a while since Survivor Series now, and it was very mediocre, wasn't it? The fact is, hopefully, like TLC has been in recent years, it can be the epic end-of-year crescendo that we've come to expect, because to be honest, since it started, TLC has been a pretty damn successful pay-per-view, unlike the rest of the gimmick shows put together. So, let's just see where this one goes, because on paper, okay, so the matches have had to change, a lot of bad things have happened, but when you think about it, it's still not a bad card. I mean, they're probably going to add one more match based on the pre-show, and probably something else because they need to fill it out, or maybe they'd make the TLC matches or other things go on longer. I don't know. I'll have to see what WWE does on the night this upcoming Sunday. Anyway, let's go on with these matches. Now, usually I would not pay attention to a pre-show, but because this is for a number one contendership, I thought, why not predict something, okay? Because I did predict that for the Intercontinental Championship one, which Christian won in the end at Over the Limit, so I could do this one here. Okay. Layla versus Caitlyn versus Alicia Fox versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Oksana versus Rosa Mendes versus Cameron and Naomi in a 9 Divas Santa's Little Helper Battle Royal to, like I just said, determine the number one contender for the WWE Divas Championship. Now, this match, as we know, Eve Torres being the heel, you'd think, okay, would they just make a face win to go up against Eve and then get crushed? Many people would think that, because in terms of character role, alignment, that would make some form of sense. However, due to what's happened recently, I don't think it's going to happen that way. You see, let me just cross off who could and could not win. Alicia Fox, Cameron and Naomi, and also Oksana and Rosa Mendes have no real foundation. It would be a shock to see them do anything well, but they won't win, so I can cross them out. Layla, I don't think she's going to win. She's already been champion for a big portion of this year. She doesn't need it. Caitlyn has had her chance and lost. I would like her to win it, but obviously that's not going to happen in basic elimination purposes. Natalya, nah, same reason. She hasn't really done anything of any merit to warrant a match, because then if she wins, she'll probably lose. And then we have one left, Tamina. Now, obviously, she's been with Vicky Guerrero, getting that push, and it seems to me that she would be a person who, even as a heel, would scare the shit out of Eve. And that would mean we'd like to see Eve get crushed, but we'd also be pissed off that Tamina, working for Vicky Guerrero, has managed to win something. But also be happy a new diva getting some footing. That's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, honestly, that makes a lot of sense, and therefore, I'd say Tamina wins the Battle Royal, and the match will happen later in the night. Eve Torres takes on Battle Royal winner. We don't know if this is going to happen. It hasn't been confirmed, but it's likely to happen knowing that the Battle Royal is the pre-show, obviously. I would go for the Battle Royal winner, which means, in my opinion, Tamina, if she does, will win the Divas Championship. If it's anyone else, though, I think they're going to lose. Quite simply, if it's a heel, they aren't like Tamina in terms of storyline build. They can't have a chance at creating that type of intimidation atmosphere against the champion. And the faces, to be honest, just haven't got enough footing as well for storyline purposes to have a a And if, to be honest, a face did win, they would lose. So it makes perfect sense. Next, Antonio Cesaro versus R-Truth for the WWE United States Championship. Now, this obviously has had little foundation to it with the Fatal 4-Ways and other stuff in recent weeks that has made Cesaro look bloody strong. And WWE have got a very high amount of value on him, and to be honest, a lot of people do, and including myself. He's may not be the best mic worker in the business, but bloody hell, he makes up for it in the ring. Cesaro, if they're going to push him, would they keep the US title on him? Because even though he's had it since SummerSlam, which is a big thing, he's been impressing. But I feel it is time for them to give R-Truth something for what he's done. So Cesaro can go to the next level, because they want to hopefully push him in 2013 from what we've read online. And it would state, if they're going to do that, why not give the belt to R-Truth, a guy who, well, like I've said before for the Survivor Series predictions, can hold the mid-card up ridiculously well. So I'd give R-Truth the nod. He'll become the new United States champion. And it seems plausible, because they didn't do it at Survivor Series. It was kind of annoying, because it meant that all of his offense was muted and it turned out to be a complete waste. It kind of brought a really anticlimactic finish to the match. Hopefully this time it'll rectify itself and make a lot of sense. Next, we have Team Rhodes Scholars versus Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, the Luchadors, in a tables match to become the #1 contenders for Team Hell No's WWE Tag Team Championships somewhere down the line. We haven't got that confirmed for anything. Now, this match is to me summed up quickly. 2 great teams, 3 great wrestlers. Yes, I do count Sin Cara as a great wrestler. If you don't believe me and haven't seen his stuff as Mystico down in Mexico, please do. Rey Mysterio is decent, but you know how much I hate him. And plus, 2 or 3 tables getting smashed, all that together, that sounds pretty good to me. Honestly, that sounds like the formula for a good, high-octane, great tag team match. Now, many expect to see Rhodes Scholars get the nod here and take the titles from Team Hell No in the future, but in all fairness, I don't see that happening for this. I really don't, because Mysterio and Sin Cara, it's very easy from this match on to build up for a match between them at Mania. Think about it. They win the tag team titles, and they win it. They do well, beating some people, but then you kind of see the notions of a heel turn in one or the other. I don't know which one, because it'd be quite interesting to see a Rey heel turn, wouldn't it? But they probably would not be able to find a face to fit the bill. But still, it means that they can win the titles. One turn heel on the other, and then cost them the belts. Hell, that would be a good way to make Rhodes Scholars win it, and then, technically, be even hated even more. And that would be a good plan, in my opinion. Think about it, though. It's just that, okay, Rhodes Scholars are over as fuck, and we know that because of the reaction they got with Miz TV segments in recent weeks. People give a shit, and I like that, because they are a bloody good team. People like them, so do I. It's all nice. And you see, they may be over, but Mysterio and Sin Cara have had many chances at winning the titles, but they haven't done it. And the fact that they finally get the chance to do it, and they end up doing so, in story, tells a good face, happy, good, well done, this is what they deserve. They get what they deserve after hardly working, they get the tag team titles. WWE will want to tell that. Really. Put it into perspective, they would want to tell that story, because it would make a lot of sense that Rey Mysterio has taken Sin Cara under his tutelage, they've had a lot of success, and now they've fought their way up to become tag team champions. It would be something the casual fans would love. And I think you've got to give the casual fans something. So I thought that would be something they would really dig. I thought, why not? I would see it happening, therefore it's all good. Kofi Kingston versus Wade Barrett next for the Intercontinental Championship. Now this is one that's piquing a lot of interest because Kofi and Wade have shown to have good chemistry with each other. Just like R-Truth and Cesaro, you've got the big brawler versus the unorthodox, high-flying, heavyweight kind of person. And that, to me, somehow manages to produce good matches. To be honest with you, I have no idea how that's even possible, but the good thing is, 2 opposites can make something good. The fact is, with Kofi, again, he's been rumoured for something bigger. I hope he's going for something bigger, because I always have a lot of faith in Kofi. He's keeping the mid-card in good stead, but Wade Barrett needs something to confirm legitimacy. Okay, people and I do all suspect Wade Barrett will be in the main event scene next year. We got it wrong this year because of the elbow injury unfortunately plaguing him. But you think about it, he needs a title to show the legitimacy that people should give a shit about the Barrett Barrage coming back. Therefore, sure, he should have gone for the world title like he said, but I don't care, as long as he's winning something, I can be happy with that. I'm looking forward to this match quite a bit, but I have to say, Wade Barrett will get the rub, and it would just be a lot easier to make him more marketable as a champion, really. Kofi will hopefully go on to better things. Hopefully, he will do well in the Rumble, because he did the handstand early this year in the Rumble. Hopefully, he can do something even more crazy to get people going, wow, his performance could be even better. Hell, you could do something randomly crazy and have him last ages. Because remember, if you last ages in the Rumble, it shows WWE have at least got plans for you. Honestly, it shows, because Cena and Batista lasted ages in the 2003 and 2004 Rumbles, before they ended up going against each other in the final 2 in 2005. That shows a lot. Hell yeah, even RVD was in the final 4 at one point. So you see my point. Kofi has a lot going for him. Wade needs this for legitimacy purposes. Makes perfect sense. Next, Big Show versus Sheamus in a chairs match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this match shouldn't have had to take place. Sheamus should have just finished And that would have been it. But of course they went with that really ridiculous finish. I mean, people may say, oh, it's a different finish from the norm, Fred. How can you be pissed off at it? It just seemed unnecessary. It really did seem unnecessary, but it does what it does for story purposes anyway. I would rather have seen Show go against someone else, but I've just got to deal with it. The fact is, I like the fact that this is a chairs match. Okay, people say, oh, it's predictable as fuck, but when you think about it, there's a reason why this has been done. Because they can get a lot of spots out of it. They can get so many spots done with the moves these guys have with chairs. Because remember when Triple H did a backbreaker on Shawn Michaels on the chair? Remember when Jeff Hardy does Shining Wizards off chairs? Or to do Whisper in the Winds or the Poetry in Motion, that kind of thing. When Matt's not there, you think about it. Those kind of moves you don't see in chair matches. Hell, the only big moves I've seen when it comes to chair matches, when it came to Cena Wade Barrett, was the big FUAA through it. I mean, that's relatively all I've seen so far in regards to chair matches. These guys have enough moves that can make the match entertaining as fuck. I mean, seriously, Show has a big boot and chair to face, cool. Chokeslam, easier said than done. He's done it many, many times before. And plus, that leg drop press slam he does occasionally. Just folds the leg over, flattens him down onto the chair. Makes perfect sense, would like to see. And Sheamus, well, the Irish Curse backbreaker on the chair, cannot imagine how cool that would be to see. Especially off an Irish whip rebound, though. That would be pretty cool, too. A bro kick into a chair, just like the big boot, works out. And the white noise into a double chair setup, perfect. See what I mean? It would all make sense that they've put this in a chair match, knowing these guys have the moves to make the match interesting. However, knowing that Ziggler might cash in, it might prove hard to pick a winner. But I would go for Show, as Sheamus winning would do nothing for him, just like I said at Survivor Series. He doesn't need to win. Simple as. He does not need to win this match. He can just go on to the Rumble, be a fixture in it. Probably he won't win it again, obviously. And, yeah. It's just going to be simple. Big Show is going to go into Royal Rumble as champion. I can see it. It would be quite interesting to see where they go from there. And then again, Ziggler cashing in this match seems plausible when you look at the match he's in. Dolph Ziggler versus John Cena in a ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase that Ziggler holds. Now, this match has got many people worried for Ziggler's future as a main event player, because obviously he's going against John Cena, which means, in layman's terms, you're not going to win. But then, of course, Cena hasn't won much on pay-per-view recently, so at the same time, it means, when you look at it in that perspective, Cena hasn't got it set in stone. A Super Cena win now is quite rare on pay-per-view. We haven't seen it for a couple of pay-per-views. Think about it. And the fact is, people will question that this would be an easy Super Cena win, but it really doesn't seem as likely. Because WWE's Golden Boy doesn't have too much of a chance. There are three possible things that jeopardise Cena winning it, making it easier to give Ziggler's chances an advantage of surging ahead. 1. AJ and Vicky Guerrero will probably and most definitely interfere, because this is just exactly what this match is about. It's about the AJ thing, it's still stemmed from it, and to be honest, Cena is the only person who engages in complications with both of them, meaning Dolph can go after it, after the briefcase, all will be good. Because he's technically left Vicky by the looks of it on Raw, makes perfect sense. 2. As this match is an injustice against Ziggler, the Shield will probably end up doing what they have to do to rectify that, if Ryback doesn't decimate them first. And 3. Dolph could easily cash in on the briefcase on Big Show and Sheamus earlier in the night, meaning the match would not need to take place. And that would add a surprise extra little twist, and we get Ziggler as champion without looking weak in the slightest. Now, with all these possibilities in his favour, the show-off is, in my honest opinion, the only person who can win this. It makes perfect sense. It really does make sense, people. Because honestly, now, I would normally you'd say, oh, Cena hasn't won in a while, give him some slack. No, I won't. I'm looking at it from this a reasonable perspective of expectation of chance. It's obviously proven to be this way. And finally, hopefully, this will be the main event. The Shield. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Ryback, Daniel Bryan and Kane in a 6-man tag team TLC match that can only be won by pinfall. Now, or pinfall or submission. Now, the IWC view this as extremely important. Because, to many, the Shield need to win this to confirm their place. And I will agree with some people who say rookies do not need to win their first match. But then again, these guys have made a massive impact, so they kind of need to. And that's why people look at it from that point. However, Ryback is in need of a win after having lost 2 pay-per-view bouts in a row in controversial circumstances. He needs to rebuild himself despite still looking very fucking strong. Team Hell No's issues are also going to play a part in what should be a very wild match full of spots. Because that's the reason why I love the fact this match is happening. There could be so much going on here. It's going to really be hard to put down who will win because this is not a standard TLC. This is like the TLCs we used to get, or still do get, in WWE games when you don't put a title on the line. So I'm amazed they never did it before now. Really, I'm amazed. I can understand the IWC's obvious claims that the rookies on the main roster need to win in their first pay-per-view to show that they've got legitimacy, but Ryback needs to win to regain some steam leading up to what would be a majorly hyped Rumble debut. Because honestly, WWE are going to hype to shit that Ryback is a favourite to win the Royal Rumble. And I'm all for that. I know they can do it. It's a good marketing strategy. Even though he's been not undefeated anymore, he is still very marketable as a guy who would whoop anyone's ass. So I can see them doing it. In my opinion, however, Team Hell No are going to be Ryback's downfall. You see, Bryan and Kane are probably going to be spending more time on each other than Ryback and the Shield. They're not going to focus on teamwork here, because obviously it's shown they have a bit of an issue, despite the fact that people have been stating they've rectified their problems. No, they haven't. Because with Bryan and Kane, there's combustible elements, it's going to be a problem. Because Bryan will probably do whatever he needs to do to get a face reaction because he is over as fuck. While Kane and Ryback being in the ring together could lead to a super heavyweight implosion. And that looks quite fun. Because Kane versus Ryback or Big Show versus Ryback in the future, I would like to see it. Really, because again, I've proven Ryback needs to face guys his size for legitimacy purposes, which is why I'm happy that Roman Reigns is taking him down a bit. I'm all for Ryback regaining steam, but seriously, the Shield losing would just be a backward step. They need to remain strong, and it might be a long shot predicting them, knowing WWE will want the faces to win at a pay-per-view in the main event, because that's how it is. But of course, CM Punk has been winning in the main events, meaning heels have a chance. So why not go for it? Why not say that the Shield are going to win this, and Ryback can regain momentum leading to the Rumble? Because honestly, I keep saying it every single time a prediction video comes up, Ryback does not lose steam. He will regain his momentum quickly because he's over. Simple. And guys, that is it. That is the end of my TLC predictions. I hope you've enjoyed this video, or audio, or whatever you want to call it. If you like what you've been seeing from me, and you want to see the review on Monday morning, fresh after the pay-per-view is finished, you click that subscribe button down there. I cannot believe they moved the subscribe button down instead of keeping it up, because now I have to change shit. Anyway, that's not a problem. What are your predictions? Post a video response, comment, do what you want to do, because we all want to put our opinions out there, don't we? And also, like my blog, I might be putting up a new post in the aftermath of TLC. Actually, fuck it, I'm going to, because I'm going to literally start whittling down the nominations for my Wrestling Rant Awards. So that should be quite interesting from that point onwards. Also, DeviantArt, request a banner from me. I want to do some more of these things. All the links to everything is in the description. And there's going to be also the links at the end of the video as well if you lose and forget anything. And yeah, so yeah, it's all good. On an unrelated matter though, I do want to kind of put two things out here quickly, because if you guys watched the statement I put out, and I mentioned the hiatus, I pointed this out at the end of the vinyl video, but I didn't spread it everywhere. So I want to point this out. I am taking a hiatus after January the 1st, my Wrestling Rant Awards vid, because I kind of realised after what's happened recently that I've been so into YouTube recently that I've just kind of burnt myself out a bit. I'm losing the enthusiasm to kind of do a video every now and again. I want to regain some steam and just build everything back up from the ground up, because I've got a lot of uni work still to do, and I don't want to keep focusing on YouTube while I have to do that, because it's quite annoying when I'm doing YouTube videos when I should be doing work at my flat back at uni. So I want to stop that for a while, at least until the end of a term, or maybe the end of the summer, maybe. I don't know how long this is going to last. It all depends whether I find the reason to think I'm ready to go back into the fray of YouTubing again. So you'll get the December Q&A by the end of the year. You'll get my Wrestling Rant Award nomination announcement vid on Christmas Eve, which would be a nice present for you guys who subscribe to me and the viewers who just happen to watch. And I will do what I can in regards to anything else you guys want to talk to me about, or anything like that for wrestling related purposes. Hell, you can tell me what you want to put in one of my blogs. I could do anything. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way first, just to tell you guys that hiatus is coming, so please just beware that you may not see videos from me for a while. Also, in regards to those people who are still going to my videos, disliking them because of Wrestling Jesus crap, I'm done with it now. I just want to get on and do my vids as normal. If you're going to throw shit at me, just don't bother, because I'm not going to respond. I don't want to block people because that's a coward's way out, but I don't want to shut comments either. But it's annoying for my email inbox. It's annoying looking at those things. I just want to move on. I just want to do these vids while I still can before I do my hiatus. So please, if you're going to comment on this vid, please keep it related to TLC for the benefit of everybody else, please. Because I don't want it to continue anymore. I just want to get on and leave it behind, because I've officially ended it now. I just want to do these videos and enjoy the pay-per-view on Sunday. This is what this is about, guys. Pay-per-view on Sunday is what's important. This is what this video is about. Please keep it as that, please. I've been Cream Crazy. You've been people listening. This has been my TLC predictions video, and I will see you all on Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, or morning, or evening, or whenever the hell you end up watching this thing, because I'll make it early. You can just watch it anytime you please. Anyway, guys, cheers, have a fantastic weekend, and also Skype chat. Must remind you, Skype chats are happening once again. Just tell me on Facebook if you're going to be there, and we'll get things organised. See you guys for the Skype chat. Have a fantastic weekend, and I hope everything goes well, whatever your lives end up entailing you in. See you guys.